Yo, 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 it's your boy Derek, the dopest detailer, coming at you today with another episode of the dopest detailer. Hey, listen, after my last video that I posted in regards to dealership detailing, I got a lot of questions. And I'm going to try to address maybe one or two today. And one of the questions that I got was um, how do you get set up as far as, how do you go in prepared for it? And my answer to that is listen, first thing you got to do is get all your legal work in order. Dealing with dealerships isn't as simple as just walking in and setting up shop and getting busy. No, there's a whole process with this. Like there's, you have to have employees, so you're going to need, set up a payroll system if you don't already have that set up. Um, Workman's comp insurance, liability, business insurance, garage keepers insurance. If you don't already have these things, I know there's a lot of people out there that probably never really had to, never really, invested in insurance like that. But insurance is so important, especially when you're getting into these dealerships like this. I mean, you're dealing with, a lot of inventory, a lot of expensive inventory. You want to be able to cover your behind if something happens to it. So it's very important that you have your legal stuff in order, your LLC, your accountants, your bookkeepers, paying your taxes. You want to make sure all your T's are crossed and all your I's are dotted, like in every way, shape, form, and fashion. You want to make sure you have all those things in order. You want to have some working capital, because when you come in, it's not like, working on the streets on the mobile side, is pay per client. Whereas though in here, it's a system, whatever you negotiate as far as, when you get paid. Some dealerships pay once a week. Some dealerships pay every week. Some pay every, twice a month. Some pay on a 30-day period. So it all comes down to how you negotiate your deal. When you get paid, how you get paid, whether it's going to be through ACH, direct deposit, um, getting paid by paper checks. I mean, you want to have all these things. You got to be prepared to deal with all of these things. You want to have all these things in mind when you go into a dealership. It actually took me about 3 weeks just to get set up before I even came into the dealership. Like there was a lot of legal stuff that I needed to do before I even, touched the car over here. So I had to spend some money just to get set up so I can come over here. I already, if you already have a business, a mobile detailing business, a detailing business, whatever, you know, yeah, sometimes it all depends on what your individual situation is. You might not want to associate the two. You might want to have two separate businesses. One's going to be for your dealership work. One's going to be for your mobile work. Me personally, I didn't put the two together. I separated it so that way it makes it easier on my accountant, to deal with two businesses separately as opposed to dealing with one business with a bunch of stuff. That's just my personal preference. You have to do what works for you, but that's what worked for me. Again, like I said, you want to line your employees up in a right way where they have workman's comp. You're gonna need that in a situation like this, just in case they get hurt. People are suing people left and right. These injury lawyer billboards are up on the side of the road for a reason. You might not think it pertains it pertains to you until one of your employees get hurt on the job, and then you're gonna get a phone call. Hey, do you have workman's comp? Man, listen. I mean, I know you probably like, oh, I had this guy with me forever. I trust him. He won't do that to me. Man, money will make people do some wild things, man. Especially if they think you're making a whole lot of it. So you want to, CYA, cover your behind, even though CYA is another, that acronym is, you know what that is. But you want to CYA, CYB, cover your behind, in all shape, form, and fashion. So you want to get your workman's comp insurance in place. You want to get your business insurance in place because guys are moving cars around. You know, you want to make sure everybody has a valid license. Like it's so many different things that you need to take into mind when you going into these dealerships. If you got guys moving cars around, you want to make sure that they have a valid license. So if and then along with that, you want to make sure you have your garage keepers insurance, your business insurance, so that if something happens to a car that one of your guys are driving, your insurance is going to cover that. but your insurance won't cover it if the guy that you have driving doesn't have license and he's not on your rider. So you want to get those license, you want to have those included on your rider so the insurance company knows, ahead of time, these are the individuals that'll be moving cars around. So if something happens, they can't argue with you, well, this person wasn't on the rider, we don't have their license or anything like that. And now, you're hung out to dry, left with a big bill. Like I said, I've been in here now for a month. It took me about 3 weeks to get set up before I even opened the door and came in here. Um, and that was because I had to get all of these different things lined up. Your corporation, you want to make sure you get all of that stuff lined up in a way that works for you. There's a lot of back office stuff that you're going to have to learn how to do when it comes to billing, because it's not as simple as saying, hey, I did 3 cars today, this is what you owe me. No, you have to be able to note that properly, and transfer that information to the proper person. Make sure that gets to where it needs to go to the billing department, service managers. Like, depending on what type of situation you get into, whether it's a mom and pop dealership or a big corporation like this particular one that I'm in right now, you want to be as try to get as business savvy as you can in regards to the books, keeping your books right. You're going to make a lot of money, but how much of that money, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep, how much you protect. So that's important. People get into these situations, they're thinking, oh, I'm making a lot of money. I'm making a lot of money. Yeah, you're making a lot of money, but how much of that money are you able to keep legally? Uncle Sam is going to want his piece too. So you need to make sure you cover your behind and make sure he get his. So when he comes and he wants to take a look at your books, all your stuff is right. So there you have it in regards to, the things that you need to do to be prepared to deal with a dealership. Oh, and one more thing, when I spoke about having capital, you definitely gonna need some money to float you for at least, with my situation here, I haven't even gotten paid. I've been here for a month, but I know I'm gonna get paid, but it takes a while for me to get into the system and for them to have everything lined up. And my employees can't wait. I'm not making them wait. I'll hold back that first week's check, but then I do that whether I'm on the mobile side or not. So I'll hold a week back, but then, anything after that is coming out of my pocket. So, you got to make sure that you have the money to cover your guys that's going to do the work, whether you get paid from up front or not. I haven't gotten paid, but I made sure nobody that works for me missed a check. Everybody got paid. So you got to be able to have some working capital, to cover your behind as you wait for your first check to come in. And, if like myself, when that first check come in, man, I'm sure it's going to be something cute, but I got to get to that point. And I'm not really tripping off of that because, I was kind of prepared for it coming into this. So, again, getting into these dealerships, it's a beautiful thing, but you have to be prepared for it. Just like anything else in life, you got to be prepared for it, and don't expect to walk into it and think everything is going to be sweet. Everything is going to be easy. One thing about me, man, if you follow me on this journey or throughout my journey, I'm gonna be the one to let you know, this thing ain't as sweet as everybody try to make it to be. It's some work. You got to put in some real work. You got to, whether it's physical work, mental work, spiritual work, you got to pray that everything goes well. It's a lot that goes into this. It's not, I've been doing this for 24 years. I can't come out here and tell you, oh, I'll make $1 million a year, doing this or doing that. Nah, it is not that sweet, man. But when things go right, things are great. When things go bad, they go bad, but it's up to you to figure it out, and you can do it. But again, I'll leave you with this one. Touch bases with these dealerships, man. Talk to these service managers. Talk to the general manager. Try to get as close to him as you can. Let these people know that you're available. Stay on them. Be persistent. Be consistent. Show your face as often as you can if you really want to get into these situations. Now that I'm in here, they're already talking to me about the other 6 dealerships that they have lined up, because we're doing a job in here, and we're turning out quality work, and we show up every day as professionals. Ain't no playing around in here. Ain't no people looking crazy. No, we uniformed up. We're professionals at all time. We keeping the space clean. people are looking at us like, okay, this is what we would like to have represent the BMW brand. Brotherly Sons is coming in here and they showing us, exactly what we've been missing. We want to tell another dealership about them so they can, get a piece of it too. So, build those relationships, keep them good, keep them strong. But again, be ready to come in with a team, not just a physical manual team that can detail. And I'll get into that on my next video in regards to the caliber of individuals that you want to bring and put on your team. That's going to cost money. You can't be afraid to pay your people. You gotta be willing to break bread with them. You making money, you gotta be willing to break your guys off. So that's another conversation. That's another video, and I'm gonna definitely get into that with you on the next video. Listen, I'm gonna need for you to hit that notification button, subscribe, like, comment, share, tell friends, tell other detailers that's in the business. Hey, listen, I follow this guy, the dopest detailer, Derek. He's giving me some information I can use. Maybe you can use some of it as well. Please tell your family and friends. Let's get these subscribers up. I would appreciate it. It motivates me to show up every day and talk to you guys. I just don't like feeling like I'm talking to a camera and nobody's really getting it. I'm not doing anything for anybody. I want to do for people. I want to make sure, I give as much information as I can give, and people can learn from it and they can grow their businesses from it. So again, like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification button for every time that I post a video. You'll get it, and you can share it with somebody. You can learn something from it. If you got any questions, hit me up. If you got a topic you want me to talk about in regards to these dealerships, look, let's have it. I can talk about the mobile side too, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm out here at these dealerships getting to this. So, just let's touch bases and make that happen. So, this your boy Derek, the dopest detailer. I'm cutting out for now, but I'll be getting back to you real soon. Peace.